What if anime actually needs AI to survive and there's nothing we can do about it? And I know that sentence alone made you click off this video, but give me time to explain and I might make you a pro clanker for life. Pro clanker lives matter. For years, every single conversation when it comes to anime and AI has sounded pretty much what you expected. AI is going to kill anime, AI is stealing from artists, AI is going to probe us, or one of my personal favorites, AI generated anime has no soul. And for years, I have stuck through the same principles as well. When I was first making this video, I thought the subject was pretty clear. We need to stop using AI before AI replaces us. But after days of researching, I don't think it's that simple anymore. On one side, opening the doors of AI will mean the death of animators all around the world. People will lose their jobs, their livelihoods, the human emotion that immerses us into the world of animation will be gone. But on the other side, you have this clearly dysfunctional industry that treats its workers like absolute garbage. Long working hours, tight deadlines, minimum wage. While the demand of anime has been skyrocketing, these problems have still existed for over 2 decades. Yes, it's very much easy to say, why not just pay your animators more? Well, despite this being common sense, this problem has long existed long before AI and anime even became popular. And despite massive outcries from its many fans and animators, this problem has still yet to be fixed. And I don't see anyone coming to the rescue anytime soon. So what happens when you present this magical tool that not only speeds up the process, which excites overworked animators, and this tool that is also cost-effective that excites production, this broken industry that was once crumbling can slowly be fixed by AI. And this is where it gets even more scary, because every time studios use AI, the door moves slightly open. And when the door is open, once AI becomes powerful enough to copy anime one-to-one, we will never go back. Is AI ruining the anime industry, or is it actually saving it? Subscribe, like, support small creators like me, and fuck Jack. But before this video starts, I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize for using AI in one of my thumbnails. I was on vacation in the Philippines when the video came out. I saw that there was no thumbnail in the video and I panicked and I used AI to generate a thumbnail. And it stayed like that for 2 whole weeks and it's completely unforgivable. I feel like the content I should be making should be authentic. And not just authentic, it should be made by me. Not some clanker who made a thing real people would click on. And for that, I apologize. But using that example, this is the same dilemma everyone is experiencing with AI. Without the ethics and backlash around using AI, many industries would have fully embraced it by now. Like I said before, the Japanese working industry is very much evil. And I only say it's evil because I can't say the word exploitative. Mappa, during the making of JJK Zero, animators were forced to complete a high-budget anime film in over 4 months, a process which usually takes a year. With Studio, during the making of Attack on Titan, staff members were passed out due to exhaustion, and after completing Attack on Titan, they were forced to work immediately on a new project. And there are many more examples of people who died from overwork, all nearly 10 years apart. This industry refuses to learn its lessons. Now you're probably wondering, why am I telling you all this? Well, because when I was researching this video, I felt really ashamed of myself that, I enjoyed Attack on Titan, I enjoyed JJK, but after hearing all these horror stories about the people who worked on these projects, how can I enjoy something when the people who were working on it, suffered emotionally and physically? I would much more prefer for the people who made it, make it because they love their job and they love the project. But examples like this, it just goes to an extreme. They love the project, they love their work, but forcing people to work 37 days in a row with no, day off is just evil. And that's what makes me think AI might actually be the solution to this grueling problem. Because this whole industry was creating a pathway where AI can thrive. Even if hardworking animators and artists refuses to use AI, it will be so efficient that we need to use AI. Studios would demand AI tools to be mandatory. Now, I know I use a lot of examples, but I don't think all studios are evil or, exploitative. And I'm especially not saying that the industry would have exploded if it weren't for AI. I'm just showing you all the facts, and you can make the solution all by yourself. Animators get paid low wages, they're overworked, and the whole industry is facing a depleting workforce while seeing an increase in the production of anime. So I think the better question is AI saving anime? In fact, you might not know this, but many of the top studios have already been using AI to speed up the process. Toei Animation experimented on AI with their short film Yorovan, turning real-world photographs into anime-style backgrounds. And they're now being reported to adding AI tools into long-running series like One Piece and Dragon Ball. Very recently, Wit Studios used background art for the opening of Ascendance of a Bookworm, and used the same process Toei did with their real-world photographs. K&K Designs use AI to create background art, which usually takes a week to now only taking 1 minute. And right now you're seeing a pattern being displayed here, because notice how it's all routine tasks. AI may be decades away from generating a full-length anime, but right now it's perfect to do all the grunt work, which takes time and effort. Background, motion blur, lip syncing, color grading, storyboarding, translation, upscaling, and the most important one of them all, in-between animation. Now, keep up with me because my little sister is an artist and one of my best friend wants to be an animator. And researching all of this just makes my head explode. Just hear me out. In a standard sequence of animation, there are 24 frames per second. And in those 24 frames, 1, 12, and 24 are all keyframes. Keyframes are drawn by senior animators, and they're the frames that define a character's pose, while in between frames are the gaps between the sides of the 3 keyframes to ensure the movement is as natural as it can be. And these in between frames are usually drawn by junior animators. So if there are 3 keyframes in 1 second, there are 21 frames total still not accounted for, making in between frames the most volume-heavy part of the production process. It usually takes 6 to 7 weeks to finish all in-between animation for a single episode. With AI, it only takes 3, boosting production by 70%. In fact, all of the things I just named are all labeled as grunt work, and if you use AI, everything gets boosted by 50%, more than half. Yuichi Yagi created a system where AI was used to create in-between animation. The AI animation is on the right and the original is on the left. Now, you can kind of see AI still has a bit kind of flaws there. It's still a bit unclear and weird looking, and looks like it's not fully complete. So does that mean AI might be still years ahead before automating good in-between animation? Well, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe in the next 9 or so years, it can be better? Who knows? That can't be right. This video was released in June 23, 2017. I was 10 years old who don't even know where babies came from when this video came out. This article I'm reading is from 9 years ago. AI may still be years ahead, but we have to understand AI might be now. While they're still limited to grunt works like background coloring and in-between animation, stuff that beginner animators work on, we are still opening the door ever so slightly each time we do it. And the question is on everybody's mind, where is that line?
Stuff that beginner animators work on.
Stuff that beginner animators work on.
Stuff that beginner animators work on. If we replace the work that beginner animators work on, are we just basically destroying hundreds of entry jobs all around the industry? How more difficult can it be to find and train more animators? Well, I can see the argument of like, oh, beginner level animators can instantly be trained to what, senior animators will work on. I don't think it's just efficient. It's not sufficient to just thrust them into the fire like that. What they need is experience, and that's what a lot of them go through before heading on to more serious roles. Tatsuya Ishibira warned us that by bypassing all of this training, new artists would never learn the fundamental physics and mechanics of movement. They would have no idea how to draw them. And plus, do you really want this industry who's already experiencing a shortage of workers with over 68% turnover rate because the pay is so bad? Do you really want that bar to keep rising because you just needed more experience? Remember that meme of like, oh, graduates welcome, you need 10 years experience. It's just dumb. It's just dumb to begin with. Everything is dumb. Everything is dumb. And we haven't even gone to the meat and potatoes of it all, that AI is just stealing. AI needs to use already existing copyrighted work to build their models. Their reliance to do this is what makes this process so heavily criticized. When you give a prompt to AI and you specifically say, make this in the style of this specific anime, it will automatically mimic that style by replicating the already existed work. Remember when I told you which studio used AI for the opening of a sentence of a bookworm? Well, they actually received a lot of backlash for not only using AI, but because a lot of fans claim that the work was actually stolen. And they later had to redraw the entire sequence just to appease their fans. Because once again, AI is stealing. Because who wouldn't be mad if you spend your time writing, drawing, scrolling through your form just for AI to take that into their database willy-nilly without no permission and produce something very similar to what you just did? Isn't that just stealing? Yes, it is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is stealing. If AI starts suddenly saying fuck Jack in the comments, or saying, oh, you guys should say fuck Jack in every video script or video shorts ever, I'll be mad as hell because you guys don't even know Jack. Or what if my voice gets taken by AI and produced by AI? What happens then? I am Captain Seraph. I will probe you in the butthole. Or regard you is actually a good romance. I would never say that. Look what Amazon did with Banana Fish. They wanted to do a test of AI voice actors. Why? Because they were lazy. And what do you think happened? Absolute shittiness. The one industry where I thought it was gonna be perfectly safe, Amazon pushed the boundaries because they were lazy. And guys, I watched the clip. Don't watch the clip of Banana Fish. It's so bad. One guy gets shot and he was I see my voice sounded better than whatever Amazon was doing. Okay, don't search it up. You're gonna search it up. Just because it's fast and cost effective does not mean it's gonna be a good viewer experience. People hear AI and will very much be off-putting about it. I think Ludwig said it best. I know I'm quoting Ludwig, but please, he's so sexy, man. If you want cost effectiveness, use AI. If you want viewers and supporters, make them yourself. The backlash of using AI is just not worth it as creators. Creating something is just not worth it to use AI, especially if you're an audience-centric industry. Twins Hima Hima was released in March 2025 and was marketed as the first anime to be produced 95% by AI. And even despite this, there are still many articles that claim that, it's actually not 95%, maybe it's 65%, maybe 70%, but still, you know the point. The studios that consisted of Frontier Workers and Kaka Creation stated that a statistic only refers to the shots and visual and not not the story and the creative process. But even still, you can see this and you can tell clearly that it's just so early. Not enough for people to lose their jobs over, but specifically enough to make people worry about what lies ahead. But what does lie ahead after everything we talked about today? Patrick, after everything we talked about today, do you think anime actually needs AI? The answer is 100% maybe. I personally think it does. Now, this is probably the saddest conclusion I ever reached while making one of this video, because anime does not need AI to fix this industry problems, okay? The industry should fix itself first before dabbling into AI. But of course, instead of better pay, better schedules, respect your workers, the industry saw AI and became the main solution because the industry is so exploitative. And this is why the debate is so frustrating, okay? Until they fix all these problems that haunts the industry for like 3 decades, 2 decades, AI into anime is going to be mandatory, okay? You and me walked into this topic thinking it was gonna be easy as 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, something like that. Or like, oh, AI is bad, blah, 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 bad. It's not. I was half wrong, half right, story of my life. But what do you guys think? You decide, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, like, support more guys like me. I love you guys. Real one, say back.